to go home now, you idiots.
Okay, disco garbage can. Yeah, flip your lid. Disco garbage can. Flip your lid. Yeah, get down. Alright. Twirl. Everyone twirl. So I turned and walked away. Like later on I would go and pay. Then it happened when I stopped. A frozen bird fell with a plop.
My family is waiting for me.
A frozen bird fell with a plop. Who flung this turkey at me? Who flung this turkey at me? What's going on? Didn't you see? Someone threw a turkey at me. Yeah, disco garbage can, everybody. Yeah, flip your lid. Disco garbage can. Yeah, do the disco garbage can. Who threw that ham at me? Who threw that ham at me? Hey, didn't anybody see? Who threw that ham at me? Who threw that ham at me? Disco garbage can, everybody. Yeah, get down. Yeah, that's really great. Yeah, go for it, baby. Yeah, that's really great. Well, everybody, I've made my scene here at the disco tonight, so I'm going on to the next disco. Hopefully, I'll see you there.
Hey guys, Dave Darren here, doing a show a little bit different today. Look at this hair, man. I got this stuff to put in my hair that's like hair wax. Should have done that before I joined you guys, but I kind of rushed to get here because it's my lunch hour, beginning at early 11:30. So I figured I had a little break. I'd come and talk to you guys. You know, I'll tell you guys what I'm doing. I'm out here trying to launch the new music show. Right, we're going to move from paranormal to the music show. And when I did the music show, I used to be all over Twitter constantly, all the time. You guys can maybe say, Dave, why didn't you do that with the paranormal show? But Twitter's a little bit finicky. Twitter seems to be more of an entertainment format for music. Look at this hair. My God, I'd get up and take a break and comb it, but I don't feel like taking that break. This is really, look at this. I'll tell you, social media is a pain in the ass also from this perspective. Right now, I'm doing the show and I get this error. YouTube is not receiving enough video data to maintain smooth streaming. What a pain in the ass. Even YouTube is a pain in the ass. But so I'm doing my rant and rave show today. I'm on Twitter. I get on there, and you know what? I like sex. I will tell you guys, I like sex. There's nothing wrong with sex. But it's in your face. Literally, I hate to say it's in your face, but it is. You get on Twitter, and Twitter is a total pain in the ass. Twitter is everything you want to find out about every single hole in the body is on Twitter. You get on Twitter, you know what? I know where to get porn, or is it called porno? I don't know what is it called now? Is it called porn or porno? I don't even know what you call it. But you know what? Everyone could say, you know, sex is all over the place. Like, man, my God. I feel like taking a break here. I look really beat up. I haven't worked out yet today, so I got to get work out. Then I'll look better. Then I'll also grease up the hair and I'll look good. And looking at Twitter, I should probably grease up my hands and watch Twitter. Because I can see porn all over the place. I might as well grease up my hair and grease up my palms. But I got to tell you guys something. It is, social media has become, you know, we talk about banks. Remember the housing mess, the nightmare we had back in, what was it, 2007, that everyone called the banks predators. You know what? Social media now is full of predators who are trying to seduce you to be the most decadent and deprived individual on the planet. They're throwing like porn at you, like total. I shouldn't do this. They're throwing porn at you totally to get you addicted to porn. You know what? And you can say, you know what? Okay, so Dave, what are you talking about? You say you like that show, 2.5 Men, Charlie Sheen in it. They're talking about porn all the time. But you know the difference is, at least it was comedy flavored. You watch it, and yes, or Three's Company from a long time ago. Yes, it's sexual innuendos. How do you say that word? It's sex all over the place, but it's at least mixed with comedy. So you can watch it, and you can also laugh about sex. Sex with comedy is very funny. I happen to like that. I dig it a lot. But when you get on Twitter, and I'm on there, first time in like 6 months since I'm trying to launch the radio show with music. So I'm on Twitter trying to seduce bands to come on the show, and it's actually going to work out. But I'm on there, and you know, if my wife was behind me, she would think that, Dave, what the frig are you doing? I'll say that instead of the word I feel like saying. What the frig are you doing here? Aren't you satisfied with me in bed? Look at you. You're looking at all this porn. But innocently, I was looking at porn because it popped up every fourth scroll I did, every fourth thing I saw was sex. And like I said, I like it. And if you want to watch porn, by all means, go grab it, right? Sign up if you want to watch porn right now instead of me. Go grab some tissue, go find your favorite porn channel and watch it. What I'm telling you is I don't need it in my face. Actually, I do need it in my face, but I don't need it on my face in the screen. Who's on here? Let's say hello to. Good to see Terry. Good to see Curtis, who says, whoa-ho, sex. Richard, oh my God. What is this word? Degeneracy. I heard of being a degenerate, but I've never saw it called degeneracy. Is that a word? I'm going to have to look that up later. Let's see. Good to see Mike, who says hello. Azariana. Good to see Azariana. See anyone else here? Brian Anderson. Good to see Brian. Let's see. Glenn Iverson. Good to see Glenn. Glenn says, hey, Dave, I'm at work, but I'll try to listen between meetings. You're going to listen to this between meetings? Do not bring this into your meeting. Do not play this show during your meeting, all right? Let's see. I like it. Three's Company. Let's see. Curtis says Three's Company 2. Wasn't it called Three's Company? It wasn't. The song was Three's Company 2 with a T-O. Three's Company 2. Let's see. I like Azariana. That's what Terry says. Pornhub is the most subscribed to internet site in the world. Really? And good to see Bernadette as well. Good to see Bernadette. And I'm still getting an error here. Are you guys seeing me moving? Because I'm getting this thing. Like I said, YouTube is a pain. I get this error. It says YouTube is not receiving enough video to maintain smooth streaming. That's probably because I'm running some porn behind the YouTube stuff here. But I'm not. I tell you, don't you guys, what do you guys think? And I'm not trying to be judgmental. And I'm not trying to be a mental patient. And if you guys, I'm surprised my phone's not ringing because you would think hecklers would be dialing me up right this second trying to get all over me with the penis when I'm talking about porn. Why aren't the hecklers calling right now when I'm talking about something you want to talk about, which is porn? I don't get it. But, you know, I got to say this. I can see and hear you. That's what Richard says. That's good. Good. You can see me in here. I'm moving smoothly. Am I moving smoothly? I'll move like this to see if I'm moving smoothly. I'm not going like, say I could freak you out and go like, am I moving smoothly? But I am moving smoothly. Hopefully I am. And Terry says, yes, I'm moving. All right. So, you know, this is what, you know, we saw, by the way, what was I watching? Oh, I didn't even watch it. But the Super Bowl. And you had the people sitting down, right? So I talked about that. Oh, are we getting a phone call here? Yes, we are. And it's Terry again. Terry, what is going on today? What is going on?
I just called to hello to my favorite guy.
Oh, well, thank you so much. So we're talking about porn today.
Yes, I love that, Dave. I saw a porn movie once. One time we watched porn.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Oh, I gotta turn you down before you cut me off, don't I?
Actually,
if you cut me off right now, I'll kill you.
All right, so I'll talk. Okay. I'll talk while you're screwing around with the background noise. All right.
Okay.
Oh, you're done now.
Okay, I did it.
Okay, you did it. Okay, so now I got it. The one porn you watched, did you rent that and you still have that one porn and you play it so much that it's worn out? Is that what?
No.
I thought you keep replaying and it's probably a videotape, so you probably wore that out. So you're in there.
I watched it once.
You watched it once.
I said, this is a little.
Did you?
Well, it was nothing that I saw them doing that I didn't do myself. They were only, except for, some things I wouldn't do.
Oh, so like, you don't have to be specific if you don't want to, but okay.
Oh, I can't be specific.
And don't be. And I'll tell you.
You got me so upset. Wait, specific.
Yeah, now I'll tell you, don't be specific because Richard Groper's on here and he's going to take anything you say specifically.
I know Richard thinks I'm a slut, and I am a slut. I watched that porno flick with the Patriots team, and then fucked every one of them after it.
What? I couldn't hear you. What'd you say? And I don't think anyone else could hear you.
I said, I watched that porno flick with the Patriots team, and then screwed every one of them after it.
Oh, okay, that sounds good to me. Okay, so let me read some comments here. Curtis says, I bet Terry is the dominatrix and has whip and chains and has sex swing and strap-ons. Is that accurate? So let's take one section at a time. Curtis says you are a dominatrix. First of all, are you a dominatrix, Terry?
No, I like to be dominated in bed.
You like to be dominated. Now, do you have whips? Let's get to the second part. Do you have whips and chains?
I'm dominated. I'm dominated.
But you still may be accurate. You may have whips and chains that you don't use on the guy, but you give the guy them to use on you.
Wait a minute. No, I don't. Wait, not with chains.
No, well, you may, like I said, you may have whips and chains that you don't use on the guy, but you have the whips and chains ready for the equipment that you want used on yourself. That's possible, right?
No, Dave. No, it's not. No. That's what Curtis thinks of me, probably.
And Blue is asking.
I mean, not Curtis, Richard. But no, unless Curtis said it too.
Yeah, Curtis said.
I don't know.
Yeah,
I'm not. I always enjoy sex.
You enjoy it, okay. And
it took me a while.
Took you a while.
You know, to get
another phone call here. Let's bring another phone call in. Hang on one second.
Oh, good.
Hello, this is Dave. Hello.
Oh my God! Here we go.
Oh, here we go.
Talking about Terry.
Oh, here we go. Oh, guess who we got? Guess who we got here? We got him on a muffled. I don't know why he's so muffled. Why are you so muffled, caller? This is our usual threesome here. We got Terry. We got this guy on who's like the major heckler of the show, and he's muffled. We can't hear him clearly. Can you hear me clearly? And why can't we hear you clearly?
Can you hear me now?
Now I hear you. Yes, you pulled your head out of wherever your head was at. Was it up your ass or where was your head? Where was your head a second ago? Where was it?
To be honest, it was deep within what's her name? Ariziana's ass? Yeah, that was the one.
Oh, so now,
my head was right up her ass.
All right, so now you know what? Let's not target individuals that have the courtesy of listening to this stupid program by insulting every single individual that's on the show who listens to it, all right? So stick with me.
He was only trying to help her reduce stress. That was it.
Okay.
Not hospital.
And you think that you are not...
Purely medical.
And you don't think that you are the most stressful friggin' guy on the planet to try to eliminate... You're trying to eliminate people's stress, yet you are the one that is providing stress to every single individual on the planet and probably in the universe. If you watch the Dave Darren UFO Paranormal Show, you are probably supplying stress to every alien that's trying to come on planet Earth. You're probably saving the planet because these guys circling us hear your voice and decide this planet is really fucked up. We're not going to land here because Listen to this guy that calls Dave Darren Show all the time. But let's get back to you because you want to be the most important part of this show. What did you call today for? Why did you call today? Why did you call?
Oh, there's a...
Go ahead. I'm sorry. Why did you call today, caller?
Me?
Yes,
Can I
you.
speak now?
Now you can speak.
All right. I just wanted to say, Terry, would you please keep that mouth shut? I know you have problems.
I didn't say anything. That's big talking.
My God, Terry. We know about your endless stream of men into your bedroom. Can I please talk now? Am I allowed?
I didn't say anything.
Temporarily, you are allowed. Temporarily, but I withhold judgment of when I'm going to cut your ass off. But go ahead. Go ahead. Tell me what you got going.
I just wanted to say I'm wishing everyone a happy and prosperous weekend. And I love you all. That was pretty much it. And I was trying to relieve some stress. And I'm only trying to help. So have a good day. Terry? Terry.
Yes. Yes.
I have one open slot at my workshop. Good. Have a good day.
And he hung up. I don't know who that is. I'm guessing.
Fucking little prick. I smacked his ass. Oh, boy, I'd like to get my hands on him.
Well, you know what you should do? Take Curtis's advice and get a strap on. And when you meet this guy face to face, use the strap on him. There you go. There's a solution for that guy. Right?
What would I do with this thing?
I don't know.
Pick it up his backside?
I think that, and then after that, hit him over the head with it. I think that'd be appropriate. But
Yeah, hit him over the head with it afterwards.
Right.
And say, there, that's yours.
I think Ariziana has identified that caller as being Richard. So now let's ask Richard, who seems to be on chat, if that happens to be Richard Groper, who keeps on calling. I think I do recognize the voice. I could be mistaken, but do we think that is Richard? Do we think that's Richard? What do you guys think? Is that Richard?
I love Richard. He's so funny, you know. I think he's just being funny.
Yeah, I think so. I think he's
I don't think he believes that shit.
Right. He's just being the comical relief of stress. Like he's trying to provide stress relief for the Dave Darren Show and for anyone who's watching. As Ariana says, she won't call today. As Ariana says, she won't call today because of probably Richard, who's in his mood today to mess around with people. Let's see what else we got here. So, you know, so Terry, let me get back to my topic, all right? My topic was I'm on Twitter. You ever been on Twitter? Terry, you ever been on?
I was on, I forget how long ago, but I was trying to explain to you why I missed the show the other day.
Uh-huh.
It was because I went to my Twitter account because I said, I'll share Dave shows on Twitter.
Ah.
Of course, I don't have any followers. No one's going to see it, but I was going to do it anyway. And it took me 2 hours to get into that fucking thing because I forgot my password.
That's a
I
new...
wanted to kill you, and I wanted to kill Twitter, and then kill myself.
In that order.
Yeah. But I got through, and I got to... I shared 4 things. And then when I came back, I said, oh, Dave didn't send me an invitation to the show. So I got on your page, and I said, Dave, where's my invitation?
I send you an invitation. Every time I send you an invitation, Terry. I don't know, maybe you're not receiving them.
No, not every time. I only...
Every time. Are you kidding me? Terry, I'll tell you. I wake up in the morning, I hear your voice. I'm in the afternoon having tea, I hear your voice.
I say, good morning, David.
At night, I hear your voice. In my nice dreams, I hear your voice. In my nightmares, I hear your voice. So how could I possibly not send you an invite? How could I not send you an invite, Terry? You are any waking moments.
No, wait a minute. When I left my page, I did not have an invitation. I said, oh, it's fine. He's probably got a lot of... people going to go.
Oh, okay.
So I don't know how that stuff works, David. So I go on to that fucking Twitter, It was I cursing you, but I wanted to share the show so you get more viewers.
Okay, I appreciate that. Now, by the way, just to clue you guys in, if you haven't met Terry before, Terry is someone who's been with the show for a while. She's been a frequent caller, so I do appreciate that. But Terry has this urgent need to get that little emblem after her name. Now, what that little emblem is it's a founding member. So there's ways to get that little stupid emblem. So what I told...
I don't want to be a founding member.
You don't want to be a founding member?
No. I want to be a whack.
You want to be a whack pack, and then you are my number one whack pack. I'm looking for more whack packers so I can kick Stern's ass with more whack packers than he ever had. So Terry's my first whack. And I told Terry, I said, if you want that little emblem, Terry, I told you what to do. I'm going to hold up. I've got here this thing called this is called a Post-it. You've seen these things, right?
Uh-huh.
Okay, so you paint your little emblem on this. I'm going to paint my little emblem, which looks like a... By the way, the emblem that you seem to want resembles it resembles weed before you pick it. All right. So here you got this little thing. I took the thing and I cut out a little piece. And what you do is when you post something, just stick it on where you post it, and right next to your name, you'll have the Post-it with that little cute little sticker of weed. All right. So why are you keep
I don't want the sticker of weed, Dave.
You don't want the sticker of weed. Why not?
No, I don't.
Okay.
Is that what that is? A sticker of weed?
It looks like...
I'm saying how pretty it is all the time.
And now, I'm curious, Terry. I'm curious. I'm going to ask you a question. Have you ever smoked weed? Have you ever smoked weed, Terry?
Yes, I did like you did, though, Dave.
Okay, now...
I did inhale it once, but I smoked it twice.
Okay.
Now, each time I smoked it, I went home, and I said, Mom and Dad, I smoked pot. They didn't ask me if I inhaled. I never inhaled it, except for one drag I inhaled.
Okay, so now every time you call into the show, you are not smoking weed, because it sort of seems like my number one whack packer is smoking weed every time you call the show.
No, I don't smoke.
You are not smoking weed. Okay. Wow.
But I don't smoke. I think.
Now, there are other ways to consume it, by the way. Are you eating brownies laced with weed? Is that your way of doing it? When I ask you about smoking, come on, Terry, come clean with this. You're actually eating weed, right? No, Dave,
I am like this normally.
Well, let's not use the word normal when we refer to you, so, okay? Let's not use that word.
Shit. Okay, Dave. Okay, Dave the idiot. I'm not normal, and you're Dave the idiot.
Right, there we go. It's appropriate. I will take that name, and I'll clap for that. I think it's appropriate. Let's see. Curtis says here...
Okay, and I'm abnormal.
Let me read
and
some...
I'll clap for that.
By the way, Richard says that that's the imposter that calls up and pretends he's Richard. If you remember this, Terry may not remember this, because I think you joined the show after Jazzyette was on the show. You ever hear the name Jazzyette, Terry? Did you ever hear that name?
Yes, I have.
Okay, so she was on the show telling us about her paranormal adventure where she was out in a rowboat with her boyfriend. Lord knows what they were doing in the rowboat, maybe strap-ons, I assume. Knowing her, I think she had strap-ons. But here's what happened. She's telling me about these orbs and all this coming out of the mountain, going near her boat with the guy there, and they're seeing orbs. I don't know how they're seeing orbs. And then what happened is Richard Groper was on. He was on the chat. And then a person identified himself as Richard Groper when he called the show, and he highly insulted Jazzyette, although she blew it out of proportion. He didn't embarrass her that much. But so what happened at the end of the show is I contacted Richard, and I guess Jazzyette heard that I was going to contact him and invite Richard on the show. And then Richard Groper, the real one, came on the show. Now, we don't really know that. It could be Richard being a split personality, and maybe sometimes on chat he's a nice guy. When he calls into the show, he's a douchebag. We don't know that. But nevertheless, she prohibited me from having Richard Groper, the real or the fake one, on the show. She prohibited. She put a strap on.
Are you kidding me?
No, she put
you can't do that to Dave Darren.
Right. You know what she did? She tried to put a strap-on and use it on Dave Darren. That's what she wanted to do. So she restricted me to have...
Come on.
Yeah, she prohibited Dave Darren from having a Richard Groper on my show. And then I had Richard on my show. Initially, maybe I wouldn't have had Richard on my show, but the fact that she denied me that means that I stuck Richard on there. In fact, if she kept on listening to the show, I would have had Richard on every friggin' show I do, just like I have Terry on every show that I do. I would have had Richard on every show.
But I'm gonna call you every time you're on, David. I'm gonna call and I'm going to speak to you. Period.
Okay, well, you don't have to say that because you do already. So you don't have to threaten me. You already do. But nevertheless, what happened is when Richard came on, then Jazziette exploded, and she said, "Dave, I'm never going to listen to your show again." And she always pretended she was a fellow host. I have another call, but I think this is a daytime call, so I'm not going to take this at the moment. But here's what happened. She told me, she said, "Dave, I will never listen to your show again." And she said to me, she said, "Every one of my friends that I recommended your show to, I'm going to tell them, never, ever watch Dave Darren's show again. I prohibit you from doing that." And you know what? Then she removed herself from the Facebook group that we all belong to. And then about 3 months later, she comes back and she requests me to be her friend. And at that point, I denied her because I don't want her. I don't want her strap on all over me. No way. So I denied her. These people are lunatics. So I denied her access to the Dave Darren show. I denied her access using the strap on to the Dave Darren bottom or boot. What do they call it? What do they call it? Bum? The Dave Darren bum. That's what they call it in the UK. Since we have some UK listeners.
Oh really?
Yes, we do. Well, we do. We have Omar.
Hey.
Go ahead.
Dave, I have a good story for you.
You do? Well, let me read some of the comments here, and then I'm going to get back to your story.
Okay.
Glenn Iverson says, "My brain doesn't have the THC receptor." How about that? I didn't know about this. The THC receptor. So weed does nothing for me based upon some high people's actions. However, that may actually be a good thing. So there we go. So he doesn't have the THC receptor. So you know what? The next contest that I do, because Terry's waiting for her CD from me, which I want to send out on Monday. She's looking for the CD that she won. The next contest that we have, we're going to try to get Glenn Iverson a packet of THC receptors so then he can do weed and feel the effects, okay?
Yes, because I feel a little bad for him.
Why do you feel bad for him, Terry? I thought you only smoked.
That one drag, Dave.
It was a good one.
The truth. The girl who gave it to me, I went to her house after school. I was a kid. I was about 13 years old. She said, "Terry, come on over to my house." I did. And she said, "You want to smoke pot?" And of course, you don't want to say no. So I said, "Sure." And she gave it to me, and I didn't feel. First I coughed my brains out. Then she said, "Don't take such a big drug." I said, "Okay." So I didn't inhale. She said, "You wouldn't inhale it?" I said, "Oh, yeah." I said, "This is great." And then I did. And Dave, I said, "Virginia," that was her name. I said, "Virginia, I have to go home." She said, "Why?" I said, "I forgot. My parents told me they wanted me home."
Oh.
Right after school. I have to go home. Dave, I was spinning. I was fucking spinning. I got on the bus, because we had to take the bus from one end of Winthrop to the other end. She said, all the way to the bus, were you seeing monsters? Were you seeing crazy dogs and everything? She freaked the hell out of me. And when I got on the bus, Dave, I was paranoid about the people on the bus. Even Louis, the driver, who I know well, he lets me on for free. I was paranoid of him, and I went home and told my mother and father. That was the second time.
Wow. Now, by the way, Curtis here says that your voice sounds like Edith Bunker. But today it sounds more like Marge from The Simpsons. Did you ever get that? Did you ever get the Edith Bunker or Marge Simpson?
Yeah, I got it from him before, and I said, "Curtis, I don't want to be your Edith Bunker."
Right. Well, no one wants to be Edith Bunker.
And you said, "Okay, Terry."
You know,
you don't have to be Edith Bunker.
Right. Edith Bunker, actually, the actress that played her, something Stapleton. I forget her first names. The last names. She's actually was a very intelligent woman, believe it or not.
Stapleton.
Jean Stapleton. She was a very smart woman, actually, and so was the guy that played the Archie Bunker. He's also was an.
He was.
Yeah. Let's see. Glenn Iverson's. Oh my God, Curtis, you are right. It's sounding like Marge Simpson. That's right. You ever watch The Simpsons?
Me?
Yeah,
No,
I'm talking to Edith.
I've never seen one episode. No, I have not.
You only seen one
I
episode.
don't like cartoons.
You only saw one episode. Did you watch it when you were smoking the weed?
No, I didn't see even one episode. I've never seen even one.
Oh, okay. What kind of programming do you watch, Edith Bunker?
Documentaries.
What documentaries?
Yeah, the news. And then I read and I write.
You ever listen to Dr. Phil? I was watching Dr. Phil about it.
Yes, I watch all of his shows. Now they repeat, don't they?
So now I'll tell you the show that I watched and I thought it was total bullshit. Do you think a lot of what he talks about is real? Or some of it is fake bullshit? What do you think? Is it all reality or what?
Funny. Chrissy said some of it's fake. And I said it can't be, Chrissy.
Yeah, because he had this one guy on, this young guy on. I think he identified himself as being 28 years old, and I think it was called Homeless Bob or Bob the Homeless. A young 20.
David, you're starting to repeat yourself.
I said
We've
that.
already talked about this.
Yeah, but I didn't ask you. Did you think that show was bullshit? For the audience that didn't hear about it, this guy, Homeless Bob, was on, and he actually
And I said I would bring him to a hotel, but not to my home.
Oh, you did say that. See, I was smoking too much weed during the show. I did. I forgot. I forgot.
I was trying to do that. Did you say? Oh, Jesus. I do tend to go on that nowadays.
Yeah. I got to ask everyone else a question here. Why is nobody else calling? We have Jean Stapleton on the show right now, Edith Bunker. And why is nobody else calling to talk to this famous woman, Edith Bunker? Why is no one calling to talk to Edith? I want this phone to ring right now so people talk to Edith. Come on now, make it ring. Make this phone ring.
Please talk to me. I need a friend.
She needs a friend. 480-236-2111 to talk to Edith Bunker. The Edith Bunker of your genes. She may actually connect you with... Who was the daughter of Edith Bunker? Who was that daughter? What was her name?
Oh, Sally Struthers.
Yeah, but what was her name in the TV show?
Gloria.
So Edith Bunker here might connect you guys with Gloria. And if you've seen Gloria, she's not looking all in her glory these days. You probably don't want to be with her.
No, well, she's not.
She's actually enlarged her personality, not her face, not her social.
She's a very pretty woman.
She's a pretty woman to who? People who wear dark glasses. She's a pretty woman to people who wear dark glasses. We do have another call. We do have another caller. Hang on one second. Hello? Hello?
Hello?
Yeah, can I help you?
Yeah, I just wanted to say, Terry, stifle yourself.
Well, hang on. Let me put you on with Terry because let me connect you guys. Okay, we have a caller that's wanting to talk to Terry. So, Terry, you do have a secret admirer here. So, identify yourself and make yourself really available and make yourself interesting to Terry, if you care to do so.
Terry, stifle yourself. Stifle yourself.
What?
Stifle yourself.
What?
He said stifle yourself.
Stifle yourself.
Yeah, by the way, this is Meathead calling in right now, talking to Edith Bunker, and he's saying to stifle yourself. Yes.
I see, okay.
Yes, he identified himself earlier, you missed it. This is Meathead on the phone. Meathead, how are you today?
Meathead is the other one. Yes, honey.
Can you yell Archie real loud?
Oh, we do have a third caller now, so hang on one second. Let me clue him in. Hello?
Hi.
Hey, how are you?
Well, apparently not in a good mood today.
Well, hang on. Let me connect you with our group of threesomes here now. We have Terry. We have a guy, I think it's the Richard Groper with a fake voice, but let's bring you in as well. Do you mind being on with these guys?
Terry, not the other one.
Oh, okay.
Big weirdo.
Well, okay, so now we got Terry.
Not a weirdo.
We got the weirdo on as well. We have Azariana on, so let's talk. Let's get Azariana here, and if she doesn't mind talking to our group here. How are you today?
I'm fine.
Good.
I'm fine.
Now you said
Hi,
that,
Ariana.
Hi, Jerry.
okay, so now you said
How are you?
you're in a relatively bad mood because of the commentary, or what? Why would you be in a bad mood today? I'm in a good mood today. I'm trying to make everyone else be in a good mood. So why are you in a bad mood today?
Well, apparently I'm the pick of the, let's say, the litter today by this degenerate called Richard.
Okay.
So,
Is he picking on you?
yeah, he is. Richard,
Did you hear the show the other night? I mean, he called me a slut. I'm 64 years old. If I want to sleep with 10 men, I can sleep with 10 men. I fought my way through life. There wasn't always women living my life.
no, at 64, no. I understand that.
No. Yeah. So fuck Richard. Whomever he is. I mean, it may not be our Richard.
So we can all pick on Richard. In fact, let me start it off. So Richard, why do you have this desired need to insult people when they call into this show? Why don't you just stick with insulting me? You should insult me. I'm the guy leading this rat pack. Why not insult me, Richard? Go at me. I love it. Try to pick on me because I'm good at picking back. Why don't you pick on me? I'm the guy leading this corral. See, now he's all quiet.
But that wasn't Richard. This is someone else, isn't it?
I don't know. It's like,
That's ain't Richard.
oh, okay. So who are you, meathead? Give me your real first name. Who is this, meathead?
This is Kurt.
This is Kurt. Oh, I'm sorry, Kurt. I should give Kurt more
Oh,
respect.
it is. I love Kurt.
Yeah, Kurt's a
I
cool
just
dude. Okay.
love him.
So we have to apologize to Kurt. So as Ariana, this is Kurt.
Yes.
So Kurt's a nice guy. He's a good listener to the show. So as Ariana,
Truly is.
he truly is. So as Ariana, so since this is not Richard or Richard's impersonator, who knows? You called in today. I appreciate you for listening to the show all the time. So what do you want to talk? I was talking about too much sex on Twitter. You ever get on Twitter and you see all this stuff going on and you can block all that stuff? But I started the show up by saying it's all too much in our faces now. What do you think about that?
I'm not. I don't do that. I don't know how to do that.
Right. Well, we got some loudness in the background. Is that Terry back on with the?
No, it's not Terry.
Someone's got some.
That was me, sorry.
Okay, that's okay. Okay.
I turned off.
So
Apologize, David.
I apologize. I said to you earlier, I never apologize. By the way, I never say I'm sorry. So I'm not going to say I'm not going to say I'm sorry. But as Ariana, I wasn't talking really about watching it. I was just saying if you ever get on there, like I was on there today trying to promote the music show. We're starting to lose listeners now because they're getting bored with my commentary. But I was on there and I saw so much of it that if I thought if my wife wasn't back of me, seeing me innocently on Twitter trying to market the music show, and she saw all of that stuff, she'd be frustrated. She'd think, Dave, what kind of pervert did I marry? So that's what goes on. So I was saying, Ariana or Terry, I was asking you guys, if you see the same stuff I get into, or am I being targeted for doing the Dave Darren show? So people are targeting me specifically with porn, thinking I'm the guy that's going to be addicted to it.
Could be.
Could be.
Yeah, it could be.
Yeah, it could be.
Yeah, right. Yeah, as Ariana, I would say, Dave's addicted to porn.
Yeah, a lot of guys are.
Yeah,
Yeah, they think it's cool. They can't screw the way they want to. If you have the right woman and the right man together, there's nothing that's off balance. I mean, except nobody's putting a chain or a collar around my neck.
Yeah, well, you could have a lot of wrong women, too, and it's still fun doing it with wrong women.
Or rope. Although I was handcuffed once to one of the poles of the bed, I had a joke. I woke up that way, and that was funny.
Okay, now notice I just got up to close the door because last time I closed the door, my wife was on the floor closing the door so no one would see her, and they all thought it was a paranormal episode in the Dave Darren household. So
Hey, Dave.
I got up and closed the door so she would not hear the voice of Edith Bunker in her nightmares tonight. Right?
It was a nice ass. Dave, you got a nice ass, huh?
Well, thank you. Well, I know that, so we don't have to. I have an ugly head, but I got a nice ass. That's true. Let's see.
No, you got a beautiful head. What is, you said you got an ugly what?
I got an ugly head. I was going to chop it off and try to
No,
stick
you
another
don't.
head on it. Let's see.
My brother's is just like yours. I couldn't insult you and not insult my brother.
Well, let's see what Glenn Iverson says here. He says, I have a lot of people I subscribe to on Twitter, so I only see their feeds on no overt porn when I browse it. So that's interesting because I'm seeing a lot of it. And I have no idea why I'm seeing a lot of it. I don't know why. Maybe people are listening to the show here and thinking they're just going to inundate me with porn on Twitter. I don't know why I'm getting so much of it. And I'm going to, by the way, I'm going to get off the show soon in about 10 minutes because I got to go back to my day job. And before I go back to my day job, I do want to watch some porn. So I'm going to have to get off the air here pretty soon. All right?
If you have to. Okay. Could you take me to your day job with your day?
Yes. By the way, Blue says I have a pancake butt. So I have a very flat butt evidently.
I think you got a nice ass, Dave, for your age.
For my age?
You're 62. Aren't you 62 now?
No. I'm 61.
No,
Don't age me by one extra year. What's the matter with you,
You
Terry?
didn't tell us when's your birthday, Dave? What month?
I'm close enough to death. Don't make me 62. I'm getting close as it is. When's my birthday?
Okay, so you're getting close to your birthday?
No. My birthday's in August.
August?
Yes.
Oh.
Yep.
Oh.
That makes me a Leo, by the way. That's what I am. I'm a Leo. So
Yes, you are. My mother's a Leo. When my mother was a Leo, my sister's a Leo. My niece is a Leo, and I'm a Gemini.
Now, I'm curious right now. Blue says I have a pancake butt. So now, I don't know if Blue is a guy or a girl. If it's a guy telling me I have a pancake butt, I don't really care what the guy's interpretation of my hiney is. But if Blue happens to be a woman, I'm a little bit insulted because I thought I had a rather nice butt. I've got a better butt than Charlie Sheen's brother in 2.5 Men. Remember one of the episodes he was posing in front of the mirror saying what a nice booty he had? I've got a better butt than...
He had nothing. I know that episode.
Yeah, and they're always walking around in their
Nice
underwear.
ass.
Well, thank you. I agree with you very much so. This is
And I'm an ass woman.
Oh, that's so. Well, we got
Yeah,
Ariziano on here, and we're talking only
yeah.
to Terry all this time. But so what? So let me ask Ariziana. When you see a man, what part of the man's are you attracted to? It could be the eyes, could be the hairline, could be the muscular structure. What attracts you to a guy, Ariziana? If you don't mind me asking.
Hair.
Hair, really?
Yep.
Yeah?
So now Ariziana hasn't made any commentary, and my hair's a mess today, but you guys probably noticed I cut my hair. I had that long hair before, and I had somebody else here, I think it was Sparky, that says she likes her long hair. Are you disappointed because I cut my long hair and I got the short head of hair now that's very ugly and hideous looking?
I like long hair.
You like long hair?
It looks good.
I like the long hair better too, Zariana.
Yeah.
But he looks awfully cute with that little short haircut like a little boy.
Yeah.
You like a little boy, right? That's right. I have
Yeah.
and my booty is actually soft like a little boy too, despite the fact that Blue says I have an ugly behind, but it's actually very soft and delicate. I have a very delicate behind.
Oh, delicate. Oh, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, Bernadette says it. Bernadette
I'm
says,
sure your wife appreciates it.
no, I think she appreciates the fact that I make a decent income. I think that's what it. Let me ask you, ladies, something. The Japanese virtue in a man that they like when they get married to them is to be able to supply security for their livelihood. More than it is romance and love, it's security. How about you two, Azariana? When you look at an individual to date or marry, are you looking more for love, or do you combine it with security, or is it mostly security? What is it with you?
Mostly romantic love.
Really? Okay. Terry, how about yourself? Romantic love, security, or a blend of both is equally important. What do you think?
Well, I can provide my own, security, job security, whatever I want. But I need a man's love and attention.
How about that? So Blue, I'm not going to ask Blue who didn't call in, but Blue, the most important part for Blue is the nice size booty, evidently. So we're getting a little bit difference there. But so it's interesting because different cultures have different responses to this question. So maybe I should do a topic on this. Try to get a bunch of people from the UK, from all over.
Why would they marry for security? What the fuck? Don't they go to school, the women?
Well,
they go to school in Japan. They get a good education.
Yeah, but
why would you ever depend on a man?
Maybe they devalue the women and tell them that.
I think they do.
You can get a guy, marry a guy, and he'll take care of you the rest of your life. Kind of like what the 50s were over here.
That is very insightful, and that is probably correct. I think you are correct on that.
Yeah.
And a lot of people think that the love and the deepness of that initial infatuation wears off, and what are you left with? What are you left with? You're left with.
It didn't wear off with me and my husband, and we were married more than 20 years. It was 23 years. I always say 20.
But what?
I'm never very specific about anything, but. I just thought when he came in, my heart went pitter-patter.
Well, I think some people think that when the romance wears off and that intense sexuality wears off, what are you left with? You're left with security, a strap-on, a vibrator, and a dildo. I think that's what
exactly.
That's what you're left with. That's what you're left with.
No, not me. I wasn't.
You weren't. There you
go. I had it right up until,
Well, okay, so then I got to get back to my day job, guys. I appreciate the guys that listen to today's show.
You got to support yourself, your wife. You've got to support security for those animals.
Right. It's exactly correct. So let me say goodbye to everyone here. Thanks all you guys for joining the show, and I'll be back. Thanks so much, guys. Hey, you guys too. Thanks so much, guys, for joining in. And that's all I got for today. Cheers, guys. See you later on.
Curtis, if this is Curtis, I do love you. You're sweet little guy. I love you.
All right, there we go. Cheers, guys.
Yeah, cheers.
Gee, it's great to be here at the disco. Let me tell you what happened to me the other day. At the Piggly, standing in line, feeling nervous, waiting my time. Then a large can fell from my coat, so I shouted before they took note. Who threw that ham at me? Who threw that ham at me? Hey, please, did anyone everybody. I made my scene here at the disco tonight.